This is Michi Hoyer, this is the Sim Pit. I'm here for the ACR Zakspeed guys as well. So welcome to this little stream of installation labs in the Formula Sim Racing 2018 season around Bahrain. So the real star of this little show is definitely the Formula Sim Racing car, which is been a bit displayed right here as being my desktop wallpaper because I really love that livery. And I'm not here to really show off our car though. I'm more like here to show you how to get access to all the content, all the cars being delivered there by the Formula Sim Racing administration, and how to get started with Formula Sim Racing if you're interested in getting started with it. So what you basically have to do right there is to open up your rFactor 2 launcher, just like I did here. Then you can go look for the Formula Sim Racing service. So you look for formula-simracing.net. This is the #1 server. It got Bahrain on it, and you simply click join race, and then you get automatically installed all missing components. Usually that should be the case. I hope it's doing that right now. Also for Bahrain, which is the next location. To be fair, it does not look like really working, so might have to download it manually here. We're gonna quickly get this done. Let's see if I can abort this somehow. Yep, I can. Let me quickly get it from the FTP server there. And then I will quickly install it manually, because that shortens up the process right here. 2018. Bear with me for a second. Obviously that was Murphy's Law. I thought this would work a little quicker there. But no worries. We got this done fairly quick. Those are the packages. Yep. This track is a good half a gigabyte big, but it's downloaded within the next 2 minutes. So yeah, actually that gives me the chance to talk a little bit about yesterday's race in general. Have to say it was a really good race, to be honest. Was obviously a bit disappointed in the end, not being able to stay ahead of Michele De Alessandro, who definitely came in there quite soon and quite fast in the end, running those ultra soft tires. Yeah, however, I think all over the entire weekend, the ACR guys showed some great performance. I think I'm not sure whether there was a team earlier on in those Formula Sim Racing years that locked the front row in all available divisions on a weekend. So that is quite an achievement, and actually showed that we had kind of good setup ready for yesterday's race. So yeah, we did the best out of it. I mean, starting into the season with a 1-3. I think only Ferrari has managed that for some odd reason in real Formula 1, but I'm not going to do further spoilering, because I know quite a few people that still not have watched that race due to time infringements and stuff. So I'm sorry for this taking so long right there, and I would like to welcome you guys here on the stream. I'm really trying to get things installed as quickly as I possibly can. So I have now installed it. Well, I have not installed it, but I have downloaded it. So yeah, I was expecting that. So I need to get on the mod manager real quick, and I need to hide some stuff here, because there might be actually something you guys should not be able to see. And not that I got something to hide, but I got some stuff installed, which is not public, so don't want to face any issues there. Don't need to do this manually right there. All this right. And as soon as this is installed, I think then we're good to go. So have a little recheck. There you go. SimRacing.net. Ah, that looks good. So finally, game is launching, and we can actually do some laps before we then do this Porsche race, like the Porsche race that I wanted to do like an hour earlier before. But obviously, iRacing sticks to GMT time, and yeah, with Europeans now having the daylight saving hour as well, those times got shifted around, and I was caught really cold by that. So, round 2 of the Formula Sim Racing 2018 season, Bahrain International Circuit. A circuit with 15 turns overall. Gonna be a real interesting race, that's for sure. A lot of straights, something entirely different than Australia. Yeah, Michael Clark, if you want to see that race, go to go into YouTube and look for Formula Sim Racing, and then you should find the channel, which has, I'm not sure, a lot of followers. I think 5 or 6,000 followers. Not sure right now. Don't know it by heart. Hopefully it increases soon. And then you will find 3 videos from yesterday, which is Pro A's and WC. So if you want to see some intense racing, you may want to check out every race that took place yesterday. There was quite some stuff going on there, that's for sure. So right there, as you can see, we do have a public server in here. We're on the basic setup, and I do not know what kind of tire is available, but I've just picked medium right there in order to do the first installation laps right here. So we take out the car, and probably what I should have checked before, in order to get this thumbnail going, I maxed out the settings, which now gives me a bad amount of stuttering. So quickly gonna turn them down a bit again, and we have to do this loading process all over again. Yep, looks like it's Murphy's Law day over here. I had a considerably, let me say, interesting day at work. Yeah. What else shall I say? Had an interesting day at work. So far had a very interesting evening here in sim racing. Not being able to do anything at all that I wanted to do. Fighting technical issues. Endless list there. So, waiting on this thing to be loading again, and then hopefully being able to take you around this Bahrain circuit. Do the first installation laps, maybe even get the first setup tweaks in. Fair enough that Felix von Delft has joined us here in the room. I'm sure he wants to look up for some good setup work here, but unfortunately, mate, I'm not running the Formula Sim Racing ACR setups here. Right there, I'm just out on default stuff. Oh, Michael, that's interesting, but the track temperature is all set for default for this year in Formula Sim Racing. We had some glitchy real weather conditions last year. I think the first 8 rounds were all wet races. Even in Bahrain, we had rain, so that simply had some glitching and bugging going on, which caused the races to be like really screwed over with rain. So Formula Sim Racing administration decided to not take it on for this year, which is kinda okay decision. Actually minimizes the work a bit on the back end. of the teams only being prepared for the dry. Whoa, with shadow this is really dark. So here we got turn 1. What's very important about this installation laps, how I do it for my own all the time, is to somewhat get known to the track, find the spots that are difficult, find the spots you really have to be careful, and find all the spots where you have to pay attention to certain things, like if you touch them curbs, how the car does react on it. Like here, there's red thing going on. How the car is balanced around all those corners. If the DRS is working. I got the green light here on the dash. Bahrain really is an interesting circuit, and I expect this race to be very eventful and very turbulent. So let's see how the track is right here on the main straight. DRS wide open. Hard braking zone into turn 1. Locking up the tires fairly there. You know, this is exactly what kind of activity you're looking for. Never had this issue around any other racetrack in this car, but right there for the first hard braking zone, the rear end just locked up. So this is a very interesting sign of the basic setup that needs to be changed in the future. Hey Joris, hey Robert, hey Quertreiber, hey Michael Clark, thank you for joining us all here. Should have put off this post effect, those reflections from the tires, making the medium tire to look like a soft tire really. And at this point we're gonna go back to the pits, and this gives me then the chance to make a big shout out to the Formula SimRacing administration group, who selected incredible real sounds for them cars. Which you're gonna see very soon. Because, you know, I'm a big fan of this Japanese engine, what's that called here in game, on the car, but I have to be totally honest, the car is really sounding great from the external point of view, so you will definitely hear this Honda sound. I think that's a bit better sound wise. Actually, I hope it is. Yeah, so classic McLaren Honda sound from the past days, from last year. So looking at this track, it's a very beautiful track to me. As I said, a lot of things can go on there. There are quite some few overtaking spots. You can take different lines around here. You can be twisty and outbrake people into this narrowly turn 10, which we are right now. Really a special racetrack, that is, a special location. So we're gonna take the car out for one timed lap, where we're gonna present the track to you, and that's it for right now. Then we're gonna then go to iRacing, have the Porsche race, and yeah, let's see what else is going on this evening then. As I said, right now things have been a bit different than planned, but anyway, so we take out the car for just one flying lap. As you have seen, the server is currently public, open for everyone, so if you want to have a look at those beasts, those massive V6 hybrid engines, they are producing quite a lot of torque and power. Feel free to try them. Just as I said, open your rFactor 2 launcher, click on the Formula SimRacing server and wait until the content is downloaded to your computer. And then you can join us racing in here. Definitely you will find this mod being some sort of easy to drive, but I gotta tell you, it's an entire different story when you have to do it in race. Tires are very sensitive, really need to do a lot of managing, so you need to be really clever in order to do a great job here. Hey Paul, thank you for joining. So Nicholas, I hope this is the question answered. Simply need to log on your rFactor 2 launcher, look for www.formula-simracing.net #1. That's the current server we're on, and then you may have to wait a bit until the car gets downloaded. So, coming around final corner, might take you around one lap around Bahrain, and I hope to not screw this up right now and still kill tires. So this is the long main straight with a long DRS zone. So DRS wide open. Approaching turn 1. Hard braking zone. Right hand corner, second gear. And then I think what should be a full throttle in the race. Turn 2. Into turn 3. Some sort of a chicane. Turn number 4. Right hand corner. Third gear to take here. Opens very wide on the exit. Need to be really patient. Finishing first sector. Turn 5 and 6. A fast chicane, which ends in a very slow second gear hairpin corner again. Oops. Next up, double left apex, turn 9 and 10. So you're braking through turn 9 to then be in the second gear for turn 10 again. Hard acceleration zone into the back straight. DRS wide open, second DRS zone right here. Braking zone, turn 11. Making itself open for turn 12. Right 10, turn 13. Everything full throttle. Sector 2 finished here. A narrow braking zone like Malaysian turn 13 equals the Bahrain turn 13 to the right hand side here. Second long straight. Only 2 corners to go. A slow 14 that opens into a 15 before you come around the start finish line again. 135.3. Definitely nothing quick at this stage. Being out in the basic setup, not knowing about conditions and stuff. But yeah, that is one lap around Bahrain. Race is going to take place on the 8th of April. So make sure to mark that in your calendar. The pro race is going to take place 1200 GMT. The 8th race will be 1500 GMT, and the World Championship race will start at 1800 GMT. So all races will be broadcasted live on the Formula SimRacing YouTube channel, with the broadcast starting on qualifying a good half an hour earlier than the actual race start time. So I hope to see one of you guys, or basically everyone in here, watching those races. Stay tuned to the Formula SimRacing group and enjoy good racing. If you want to see how the first race is panned out, make sure to follow Formula SimRacing channels. All races there will be available on video on demand. And I can tell you, despite all the results, there was quite some action going on in all 3 division races. So make sure to check these out. I can tell you this was definitely more interesting than the real Formula 1 race going on, that's for sure. So we come home in pit lane again, pit limiter in, and then we look at for our pit box. We then reverse the car back into our spot, hopefully not hitting any wall or anything. Just a little bit, there we go, back into the garage. So guys, I hope this was a good insight into what's going to happen in Formula Sim Racing in 2 weeks right here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this program. And if you want to see real competitive stuff going on, stay tuned then, because there will be the Porsche 911 race around Road America taking place on this channel here live on the Sim Pit in about 10 minutes. So thank you so much for watching for the minute. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Michi Hoyer, and I'll see you out on track.